of the weird. You know, I think Central Ohio has certainly its fair share of cattle producers, and no matter how big or small they may be, they all have to do at least some herding, even if it's only from a small pen to a stock trailer. But bigger herds, now they might need some horseback action. So get this, a cattleman and tech wizard in New Zealand claims he's found a better way. Solar-powered smart collars. Yeah, solar. He says his device will allow tech-savvy cattlemen to create virtual fences, monitor every animal around the clock, and even track the herds without ever leaving the house. Here's device creator David Mushrush.
Halters works by sending a series of signals to a collar that the cow wears. Provides feedback to your smartphone so you can see where those cows are on an app. You can draw in fences with the click of a button. You can move your cows into that part of your pasture and graze for as long as you wish. The halter collar is solar powered, and so it is really sealed. There's not a weak point for water to enter, and it worked.
Now, I checked over the weekend. I couldn't find any solar-powered cow collars, but there's certainly solar-powered dog collars on Amazon, but it may be something if you're interested to keep an eye on. A Cape Air flight departing from the Massachusetts island of Nantucket returned safely after part of the main cabin door opened after takeoff. An alarming mid-air incident that prompted the crew to, of course, turn back and land. A Cape Air spokesman said the outlets that the aircraft remained stable, continued operating normally, and reported no injuries. Here's actual audio of that happening.
The window just popped open and the wind came rushing in. Her reaction right away was the only reason where I'm like, okay, this is not going to be my day.
I was okay once I realized what happened and we weren't sucked out of the plane immediately. I'm like, oh, then we're not going to get sucked out of the plane because this is not going to happen. So then we're fine. Then I started taking the videos.
One of the weird reasons they tell you to keep your seatbelt on when you're on a flight, I guess, right? And finally this morning, there's a bar over in Aberdeen, Scotland called Sober. SOBR, which is entirely alcohol-free. The bar, alcohol-free. And they have non-alcoholic beer, wine, cocktails, created for those who love the energy of a great night out without the hangover. One problem, probably not great for business, when the bar manager gets pulled over and convicted of quadruple drunk driving. Can we talk relationships for just a second? So I saw what I thought was an interesting article, and because most of us are either in a relationship, have been, or maybe headed for one, and this list was the top 8 things healthy couples ought to discuss. Now, I thought 3 of them were just kind of pretend, but 5 of them I think are pretty good. So we're going to start with number 5. 5 things healthy couples ought to be able to say to one another. At number 5, can we make some time to talk? And between work and family responsibilities, practices, games, just daily logistics, you know, many couples spend more time managing life than actually talking about how they're doing. I think that's a great one. Number 4, and this may be the best of all, probably should be 1 instead of 4. But at number 4, how can I help? Think about that. How many times you've said that? Sometimes the best thing you can offer is not a solution, just help. That might mean taking something off their plate, but I thought that was a great one. Number 3, be careful with this. I've done this before. It did not land all that well, not as well as I intended. Do you want my opinion, or do you just want me to listen? It's actually a great question. One of the most useful questions a partner can ask, but you gotta watch your tone. It may not land well, and mine did not. Number 2, and I thought this one, I included it because I think it's kind of hokey. How can I show my appreciation for you? Really? Do you have to ask that? You know what they need help with. You know what they would appreciate. Just do it. I think if you have to ask that, you're probably already in trouble. And the number 1 thing to do, and we actually, Risa did this, I didn't. She put up a whiteboard in our mudroom by the washer and dryer so she could track what she's doing daily, weekly, monthly. My problem, I never look at it. So on our post-show walks we always do, I tend to ask her, what's on her social calendar? Which is how I do anything special today. That's what they say couples ought to say to one another. Anything special today? I just ask about her social calendar. And I can tell you, if you're not writing things down, that really is a good idea. And it tends to be more she than he. If she's writing them down and you're still asking what's on the social calendar, look out.